stopped suddenly and asked, why Nas ain't married you yet? Girl, that would make me uncomfortable. Why we bringing up my baby daddy in this bush? It's me and you making love. Nas ain't in this room. Is you think about Nas while you look at me? The Allen Iverson.
I don't hear nobody out there. Hold it down.
So Chuck, what's up with you and this Foxy bitch, huh? She asked. If there had been an LP playing, it would have screeched to a halt. Everything just stopped. I couldn't believe Danae. She was famous for blowing up the spot. Yeah, we call those bitches troublemaking hoes. Okay? Everything going good. We having a good time. And then you say some crazy shiz out your mouth. Like, where were you last night? To your girl's boyfriend. You a troublemaking hoe. If your girl don't have a problem with it, you don't make it a problem. Oh, that damn Danae. Ooh, I think I would have had to smack her across the face. Foxy was definitely number one on my shit list. But this was not the time or place to discuss the Foxy beef. Besides, just the mention of her name blew my high. Nothing. I met her one time, Allen responded, and that's good enough. We shouldn't even had brung up the Foxy Brown lady. See, you messing it up, Danae. She probably wanted to crawl all over Allen Iverson and then approach it later. Now she can't have good love thanks to you. I watched Allen's body language closely as Danae went on. Well, I heard her on the radio when she said that you and her were an item and that you bought her a diamond ring and a necklace. Allen jumped out of his seat. Get the fuck out of here. I don't even know that girl. Well, she drops your name like she knows you. I interjected. Oh, girl. Whew, I would have let Danae take that ride all by herself. Okay? Allen was on fire. Look, I said I don't know that girl. I saw her one time at a jewelry spot in Manhattan, and we were introduced. That girl don't know me. And I don't know her. She can go ahead with all that other shiz. Marlon joined in. Man, these damn rappers be bigger groupies than the regular damn groupies. I wonder if he's talking about the Brat. Y'all remember the Brat? Hold on, pause. Pause in the drawers. Let's discuss the Brat for 1 minute. Okay. So I remember when Crisscross Jump was on the Soul Train, okay? And the Brat came, I guess she did a verse or something on one of the Crisscross songs. I don't remember what the song was. All I knew is when that baby came on stage, I said, oh, she like the ladies. By the way, Brat, you too goddamn old to be wearing them beads and bells and juries and things in your hair and rubber bands and shiz in your hair. You too old for that shit, okay? But if that's what you want to maintain in your life, you can, okay? You've been doing it for years. They've been letting you get away with it. If Big Booty Judy don't care, then I don't either. Honey, when she came on that stage, on that Soul Train stage, I said, oh. I know Crisscross get bitches, and so do the Brat. Do you remember that year that Allen Iverson had the Brat wearing skirts? You remember that? Oh, honey.
Wake up and pick his clothes out and cook breakfast and off when he woke up in the morning, you know, the things he liked, just make sure he was happy. And he spoiled me and made sure I was happy. Like, I was like, this is amazing. Like, I was like, this is it. But then I think, you know, basketball players, hoes, okay?
Right.
Like, he had a baby mama, some kids. He had a lot of stuff going on. So it was good for a minute. It was good for a long time.
So it just didn't work out.
It just didn't work out. Too many.
So now that we reading this Carmen Bryan book, we know why. And I'ma guarantee you that is the only ding-a-ling that the Brat has ever had. And oh, what a ding-a-ling to have. But see, Brett didn't get caught up like that Alicia Keys, because you know that Alicia Keys was hunching on the ladies too. And what happens sometimes, child, I'm going so left, but I'll be back. And what happens sometimes when lesbians get their heart broken, I mean bad, some bitch then broke their heart so bad that they can't even breathe, and then it be old Ninja to come in and swoop and save them from the depths of loneliness, like Swiss Beats did Alicia Keys, you know. And then what happens is, because you done gave this man your ding-a-ling, now you got to stay with him, because you done let down the lesbian world, because there was so many lesbians waiting in line to get at that Alicia Keys. So the next minute you know, she having babies with the ninja. I'm sure there was an agreement in the household that from at least once a year, Alicia Keys can go over there to the Dominican, you know, and have all the ladies that she wants. Would I do it for the Swisser Beatser? No. The Allen Iverson? Yeah, but you know, I have a proclivity to go from one to the other. I never mix. Okay, let's get back to the movie. Marlon joined in. Man, these damn rappers be bigger groupies than the regular damn groupies. We all laughed. Marlon's joke relaxed the tension in the room, and we were back on track for a delightful evening. Danae's disruption was out of line, but at least it had produced the evidence that I needed. Girl, you didn't need Danae to help you. The minute Danae and Marlon disappeared, it was on and popping. I undressed, slowly feeling his eyes caress every part of me until I was down to my sexy little pearl white thong and bra. His body was sick. I told y'all. I told you, if you gonna go straight for a year, like the brat, Allen Iverson is the one to do it. Lean with perfect muscles and natural cuts. He stood naked by the edge of the bed and looked damn near edible. In a matter of seconds, I was completely naked and my legs were wrapped around his back. Girl, you ain't say nothing about Allen Iverson giving you the contalinkus. Ain't nothing in this book about the contalinkus. He don't give out the contalinkus. He stopped suddenly and asked, "Why Nas ain't married you yet?" Girl, that would make me uncomfortable. Why we bringing up my baby daddy in this bullshit? It's me and you making love. Nas ain't in this room. Shit. Is you think about Nas while you look at me? The Allen Iverson. Bubba Chuck, why are you thinking about Nas? Why you hunching on me? He stopped suddenly and asked, "Why Nas ain't married you yet?" I wasn't sure how to respond. Well, if he did, I wouldn't be here with you right now. True, he replied with a smile. We indulged in 4 rounds of carnal, actual pleasure that night and kept pace through the weekend. I felt very safe in his presence, especially after the night at the Palladium. I was wide open, but I never lost sight of reality. I knew without any warning all of this could end. As long as you know, girl. As long as you know what it is, as long as it is. Back in New York, I dropped off Danae, then called Mrs. Jones to tell her I'd be over to pick up Destiny. Nas answered. He'd gotten home from tour while I was with Allen. He asked me to get a hotel suite and said that he and Destiny would meet me there in a few hours. This was normal for us. Since we lived rather far away, I went home and packed a few things for Destiny and me, then checked into a suite by LaGuardia Airport. Nas arrived about an hour later. "Where's Des?" I asked. I was nervous as hell. She fell asleep, so I left her at my mom's crib. He responded, "Oh, I wanted to see her. I miss my little Nana." 1 beat too late, I added, "I missed you too." "Where were you this weekend, Carm?" "Huh? Oh, I told you that I was going with Danae to her family reunion barbecue in Pennsylvania. I couldn't even look him in the eye. "Why couldn't I reach you on your cell phone?" he asked. Then he flipped. "You wasn't in no effing Pennsylvania with Danae. Who were you with, Carm? Just tell me the truth, and I won't get mad." It was too late. Nas was beyond mad. After about an hour of intense interrogation, Nas rolled up a blunt, smoked, and calmed down. My nerves were so wrecked at that point that I even took a few puffs. Nas started taking off his clothes. I was ready for anything but X. But I couldn't reject him, so I went along with it. I pretty much knew the routine. You couldn't reject him. Y'all ain't married. Y'all ain't married. You could say no. I mean, and then you just got finished doing the booty with Allen Iverson. Girl, but I respect it. Whenever Nas returns from the road, the first thing he wants to do is make love, then talk. In the middle of our session, Nas caught a crazy attitude. Something doesn't feel right, he complained. You're right, something doesn't feel right. I went right along with it. That's right, girl. Yeah, something don't feel right. You got an extra bump on your ding-a-ling? Why the hell is it so bumpy down there? I would have put, girl, Carmen, girl. Man, Carmen Brown is my hero. I turned over, snatched the covers, divided the bed by making a crease with my open palm, and rolled over, pretending to have an attitude as well. Good for you. Nas and I didn't speak for the rest of the night. At first, I felt somewhat guilty, but then I rewound and relived the wonderful weekend that I had just had with Allen. Surprisingly, Sean ran across my mind. I wondered how he was doing and made a mental note to call him in the morning. The next morning I woke up early. While Nas was asleep, I carefully and quietly dragged his jeans into the bathroom. Once inside, I went through his pockets, located his cell phone, and scrolled through the contacts until I came across Foxy's number. Got it. After I'd dropped Nas off at the studio and put Destiny to sleep, I grabbed the cordless. It was time to make a phone call. When Foxy picked up, I launched into my verbal assault. This is Carmen. Look, bitch, I don't know what your problem is, but you don't know me, so stay the F out my business. She sucked in a breath. What the F are you talking about? You know exactly what I'm talking about. What do you have to gain by telling Nas anything about me and Allen Iverson? Pause in the draws. Wait. Wendy Williams was the person to put it out there first, girl. Maybe you should go find Wendy Williams and kick her up the butt. Well, then she doesn't have a butt. Up the legs. Up the middle of her legs. Or kick her in the pussy. You know exactly what I'm talking about. What do you have to gain by telling Nas anything about me and Allen Iverson? Bitch, you don't even know me. And as a matter of fact, you don't even know Allen. I do know Allen, Foxy claimed. No, you met him, I cut in. There's a difference. When I told Nas that you were probably just a one-night stand and not to sweat it, Foxy's voice dripped with condescension. And you're right. I don't know you, so I don't owe you shiz. Nas is my ninja. One night, I laughed. Bitch, you wish you could get one call, let alone one night. Stay out of my mix, bitch. Click. She hung up on me, but I didn't feel the need to call back. She got the point. Foxy immediately told Nas about our conversation. Calm, why would you stoop to her level, he asked. You are supposed to be bigger than that. F her, I explained. Carm, she's a lonely, insecure little girl, Nas says. This itch likes anybody who shows her a little attention. Anybody. Me, Jabari, Wiz, no one takes her seriously. No matter how badly Nas and I were beefing, we could always relate as friends. Well, could you relate at the fact that Jay-Z liked you and her? He was sucking on you and her? Blink. Weeks later, things seemed to be back to normal. Whatever that was, Nas was in and out of the studio, and I was raising our daughter. Yet something was bothering me. Was I missing Allen? No, the truth was I missed Sean. I wanted to reach out to him, but decided to play wifey and stay put. Nas was still on my back about my trip to Pennsylvania with Danae that never occurred. One evening while doing laundry, I picked Nas's pants up from the floor and his pager fell out. As I viewed the numbers on the small screen, I could hear Nas running up the steps. He was returning for his pager. I quickly grabbed the phone, picked a random number from the pager, and dialed. A chick answered. By this time, Nas had entered the bathroom. I handed him the phone, still holding the pager. Nas looked puzzled, but nevertheless took the phone. "Hello, who this?" he asked. I snatched the phone from him. "How do you know Nas?" I asked. The chick evasively described a business venture on which she and Nas were collaborating. Nas's face was scarlet with humiliation and his eyes began to light up with rage. I knew which emotion would prevail. Nas grabbed the phone and hung up. A rumble was coming.